so super exciting.
We've got women's 100 backstroke and men's 100 backstroke B and A finals, women's 50 A and B finals. We've got men's 200 individual medley A and B finals, women's 100 butterfly B and A finals, men's 100 butterfly, and then a mixed 4x50 medley relay and a mixed 4x100 meter freestyle relay.
I'm glad we're ending off with the relays.
They are great fun, aren't they?
Yes, that's probably my favorite part, the mixed relays.
Big thumbs up also to the officials. It's been just about faultless in this stage. There's been nothing but good words about the organisation behind the scenes here at Singapore. It's been very efficient and very, very well received, as we just listen to the 5 key officials being introduced to the crowd.
Our referee number 2, please put your hands together for Miss Farida Maynard.
Most of the officials are also from many different countries, just to prevent conflict of interest.
Our starter number 2, please make some noise for Mr. Anthony Yeo. And once again, put your hands together for our technical delegate, Ms. Sheila Ganta.
Sheila involved with the technical delegation. And they've not been shy for the old DQs, have they? They've made 1 or 2 decisions that have certainly caused 1 or 2 bits of consternation, including the Uzbek team having 4 swimmers banned from racing because they were late to the call room. Please explain the intricacies behind that one.
Yes, I think, you know, at the World Para Series, we want to be as strict as we can because they're not going to give you any chance in the Paralympic Games. You know, the Uzbek team were late. You're supposed to report 15 minutes before event start time, and they arrived after. And
there were some very, very useful racers in there as well, potential finalists, potential medalists. Okay, we'll talk about them and the missing Uzbeks in a short while, but this is the first of the B finals. There's a B and an A final. The top 16 competitors are all ranked, and for the B finals, this is the women's 100 backstroke, and Jiang Shenyan from China. Entry time 1:36.22. Alongside her from Indonesia, Mutiara Cantik Harsanto. Hong Kong represented by 2 swimmers in this particular event. Chong Soo Kei is the first of them, a 19-year-old. And then Makika Serizawa, who won a gold medal yesterday, but is relegated to the B final in this 100 backstroke today.
Some really good swimmers in this B final, just going to show how strong the A final is going to be.
Case in point there, Lily Fox Mason, very, very capable swimmer, as is Yi An Tung from Chinese Taipei. And from Kazakhstan in lane 7, an S6 athlete, Natalia Zvagintsev. And then one of our favourites, one of the little stars of this show in lane 8, Ng Chuk-Yan, 13-year-old.
So young and so talented. I think I feel really lucky to be witness to her talent.
And very noisy as part of the Hong Kong team as well. Chattering away all the way when you're down with the Hong Kong delegation team. 100 backstroke, it's 2 laps of the 50-meter pool. Starting in the water, fastest woman out there is lane 4, Makika Serizawa. Lily Fox Mason will try to keep her close to her. She's posted a time of 1:19.94, which is a second short of Serizawa. But it's not first to touch that guaranteed the win. There's an accumulation of points dependent upon the classification you receive. Number 4, Serizawa. A good push off, and she's immediately into the lead at 15 meters. She's already got a 1 meter lead over Tung Yi An. And instantly she's extended that. An S14 swimmer, Serizawa. She is expected to lead, but she's gone off like a train, Teresa Go.
Finals event, you definitely want to go a bit faster, and I think she's just trying to better her heat's timing.
real focus. She will turn first. The time will be inside 35 seconds, or will it? No, she's just outside, 35.9, but she turns with quite a healthy lead. Alongside her, Lily Fox-Mason. Gets a good bounce off the boards. She's in P2. In P3 at the moment is Tung Yi An, and in P4, Chong Siu Kei. So multinational representation in the top 4, but it's impressive from Akiko Serizawa. I think we were all expecting her to be in the A final. Instead, she's going to lead off in the B final, slowing down just a little bit, and Lily Fox-Mason is able to claw in a little bit of time. Now then, has she slowed down too much? The points total, 7:22. Just at the moment, good enough for P1. But let's look at P7 and P8. Opportunities for Svadinskeva and Eun Chuk-yeon. Oh, just outside a P2 for Eun Chuk-yeon.
Serizawa just getting the top honors right there in the B finals of these 100 meters backstroke.
She did fade a little bit towards the end. She went out very, very quickly, as we noted, but the last 25 minutes she was being clawed back in by Mason Lily Fox, who finished with 658 points. 4 of the women, 650 points plus. Alzanto finishing 8th for Indonesia, 379 points. But Serizawa takes the victory, but another very, very encouraging performance in lane 8 for Eun Chuk-yeon. I think we're going to see an awful lot more of this girl.
I think she's growing and improving at such an exponential pace, for sure.
There is our winner, though, a B final. You don't take home a medal, and you don't take home a Merlion either.
She can buy one. But it's okay. I think at the World Para Series, you know, once you make the finals, you should be pleased with yourself.
On to the final, the A final, and these are the top 8 women from this morning's qualifications.
Really, really high points in this final right here, all above, almost all above 700 points.
Xiao Jin from China, an S8 competitor, a best time of 1:28.9. She'll be in lane 1 over on the far side. It's a long, lonely walk.
And then lane number 2, representing New Zealand, we have Tupo.
We only saw her for the first time yesterday in one of the relays. But she's shown decent form today. Qualified in the time of 1:25.03.
Definitely. I think we can definitely expect some fast time from her. She's ranked 3rd in the world for her classification.
She didn't shine this morning, but we did feel there were an awful lot of athletes just holding something back. Wang Xinyi from China, an S11 classified swimmer.
You can see her walking with her tapper, and Wang Xinyi is also ranked 1st in her classification. So some high points expected from Wang Xinyi.
1:20.59, her best time. Ira Kinoshita, I know you like this girl. She's performed really well on all 3 days she's been racing. 17-year-old from Japan, an S14 swimmer. We're expecting her to be leading from the front alongside Natarene from Thailand, who is a regular feature in these finals now. I think this girl has got a great future in para-swimming.
Definitely used to swimming many races, swimming them well.
And then lane number 6, representing Japan, we have Mikuni Utsugi.
Mikuna Utsugi from Japan. 2 Japanese in the final. Utsugi in an entry time of 1:21.09, but as an S9 athlete, she'll pick up points. Now then, one of the stars of this tournament, 3 gold medals already. Sara Vargas Blanco will be starting in lane number 7, an S6 athlete.
And then lane number 8, representing Singapore, we have Yip Pin Xiu.
Pin Xiu gets the biggest cheer of all and a big beaming grin alongside me from Teresa Ko. What kind of mood is Yip Pin Xiu in for today?
You can see her dancing a little to the music. She's relaxed, having fun, I hope. And Pin Xiu is also the current world record holder for her this event in her classification.
An S2 competitor.
You can see many of them have different classifications, and that may show in the way that they swim differently.
Coach carefully places Yip into the water. She'll start in lane 8. Once again, a key reminder, it's not first to touch. It's the time multiplied by the classification of the disability that you take into the race. And that will get you a points award, and it's the number of points you get in any particular race that decides the final gold, silver and bronze. Yip tries to get off to a good a start as possible. In the meantime, Kinoshita, as expected, is off to a good start, and also off to a good start is Utsigi, who was about 14.5 meters under the water, but look at that. Kinoshita has been able to accelerate away in rapid time, and she's got Wang Yin Xinyi on one side and Natarine on the other, and she is making them see nothing but splash of her feet. Nice smooth strokes from Ira Kinoshita. She'll turn first, 35.31, slightly quicker than her heat time, slightly slower than her heat time is Natarine in lane number 5, a 38.81 in P4. Wang Xinyi is the woman in P2. I can tell you, Yip Pin Xiu is still making her way down towards the first turn. And that will be something to keep an eye on. But with 15 meters to go, Kinoshita, as expected, is going to be touching the wall first. And we're going to be in the high 800s, maybe early 900s. It's an 8.74 for Ira Kinoshita.
Really near to her heat's timing. I think she's just way ahead of the whole team.
But Xinyi has got first place there with a 9.38 in P1. Ooh, and lane number 3, Sarah Vargas, is in P3 at the moment. And now we wait for Yip Pin Xiu. She's got 25 meters to go. The red marker shows 25 meters for Yip to try to work her way through.
Pin Xiu's strokes are really fast, and there's not really any time to feel the water so much because she cannot hold on to the water with her hands.
As you can see, she's got to beat 9.38 for the gold. It's going to be close, you know. It is going to be close. She's got just over 10 meters to go. But that countdown goes down very quickly. She's going to miss out on gold. Silver is the best. Is she going to be able to get silver place? No, she's going to finish outside the top 3. A P4 with 835 points for Yip Pin Xiu. And the points just evaporated over the last 10 meters or so for Pin Xiu.
Still a really good time. I think she'll be pleased with that. Her current is still faster than her first rank timing in the ranking table.
You are quite right. 100th of a second faster than her rank timing. 2:17.14. Right then. As we look back on this, it will be Kinoshita who led out from the start, and Kinoshita who would be able to go through and take the gold medal. Japan have had a very good time in the pool.
And the tapper right there telling Wang Xinyi to reach for the wall.
Wang Xinyi, sorry, my apologies, 938 points. She's the gold medalist. Kinoshita, 874 in P2. Sarah Vargas Blanco, well, it's the first time she's not seen gold, but it's very, very respectable. She's just 2 points shy of a silver medal.
When you look at the lineup here, you'll understand why it's that tough.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is
So Wang Xinyi takes the first gold medal of tonight. Hong Kong on the gold medal board. Men's 100 backstroke, B final, start list. 2 from Hong Kong. There is an Uzbek.
And in lane number 1 from Hong Kong, China, makes up
All really high classifications. We're going to see really fast swimming today in this final.
From China, we have Hong Yin Wong.
Sun Lok and Hon Yin, both from Hong Kong, both S14 athletes. Saito in the B final. I think we did expect a little bit more from that, as we did from Kirill Pankov, who looked a little bit lackadaisical, almost like it was too easy in winning his heat, and it cost him a place in the A final.
Could have been complacency, maybe.
Maulana Rizky Yavianda from Indonesia in P5, a 104.51, second fastest in the pool. Chen Jichang from Chinese Taipei, a 106.35, his entry time.
Playing to the crowd, Stephen.
And then lane number 8, representing India, we have Himanshu Nandan.
He's been a busy boy today, Himanshu. Put together some decent swims. He'll be in lane 8. He's the slowest ranked in terms of timing, but he is an S11 category swimmer.
A reminder to those who just joined us today, S11 swimmers have to wear blackout goggles, which means that they cannot see out of their goggles at all. And this is checked before and after the race.
Himanshu eases himself into the water. We're looking there at lanes 3 and 4, which is Genki Saito and Kirill Pankov. Both in the black swimming caps, and both expected to be striking for the front. Men's 100-meter backstroke B final. Good start from Genki Saito. Very, very quick reaction, but in lane 6, it's a great start from Chen Jichang from Chinese Taipei. Indeed, it is Chen who leads through the 15-meter mark, and Chen will just be holding on through 50-meter mark, but Kirill Pandov has just got his act together. A nice, long, relaxed stroke from Kirill Pandov. And the Uzbek is probably going to be turning first. Indeed, Pandov will turn first and looks very, very comfortable in time of 29.86.
Lane number 5, Yavianda, just out of screen there, looking really relaxed in the water. Some long strokes.
It's just to the left here in the white hat for us, but Pandev is the guy that we're looking at here. He's not been able to increase his lead, and in fact in lane number 6, Chen Jicheng has been able to close in. Pankov will take the touch first, but for Pankov, you look at the number of points, it'll be inside the 700, 739. It'd be difficult for him to hold on to P1, particularly as we look here on lane number 8. Himanshu is coming in, but I tell you what, he has been able to hold on to P1, hasn't he? Chinese Taipei's Chen Jicheng comes in with an 8.44 just to take off from Kirill Pankov. And so Chen Jicheng picks up the B final win.
It's just gone a little bit faster than his heat timing, giving him more points. The points are also accumulated, so at the end of all the World Para Series events, the organizers will compile who the winners of the men's, the women's, and the men's high support needs and women's high support needs athletes are.
There are 9 World Series, but none of the competitors will go to all 9. Maybe 3 or 4 would be the maximum for any.
More money means more meets.
Well, here is Kirill Pankov. He took a little while to get it into his stride, and Chen Jicheng had the early lead, just out of shot there, but Pankov was able to turn in first place. You can see Chen, he's turning there now, and Chen would be able to come through, and in a time, as you say, better than his heats time, a 105.42. Although he came second, he actually accumulated enough points to take the victory.
But even over an 800 point in, he's only managed to make the B finals. I'm excited for the A finals.
It certainly is. Saito in P4, Himanshu Nandal, a very good P5. Swalang, Indonesia in 6.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are proceeding.
Men's 100-meter backstroke final A start list.
Backstroke A finals.
And in lane number 1 from Japan, make some noise for Kotaro Ogiwara.
Kotaro Agiwara, part of a mixed relay team that won gold in the pool last night. 21-year-old from Japan.
We saw just 4 out of the 8 swimmers posting over 900 points in the morning heats.
Just the 4? That's all pretty impressive, isn't it?
Just 4. All the swimmers are also in the top 10 of all their world rankings.
Kuta Kubota. Unique style. Look out for the big kicks from Kubota. Once he gets the kicks going, he really is like it's a motorboard engine behind him.
Kubota also ranked first in his classification.
23 years of age, alongside him from Philippines.
Sending some hearts through the screen.
AJ Alagabes from the Philippines. Looks pretty cool. And then he forgets what lane he's in. That takes the cool factor out.
And in lane 4, representing Malaysia, we have
Mohamed Redzuan, I tell you what, he's impressed me. The Malaysian has been frequently quick. He's the fastest in the pool here, 101.76 in qualification.
Mohamed Redzuan really doing well this World Para Series, and is ranked 7th in the world.
From Hong Kong, Hui Ka Chun will be in lane number 5. He posted a time of 102.45. This is the men's 100-meter backstroke final.
In lane number 6, representing Indonesia, we have Jendi Panggabean.
Jendi Panggabean.
Jendi was showing some of us this suitcase that he was sitting on. Something really cool.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
And in lane number 7 from New Zealand, make some noise for Jesse Reynolds.
Jesse Reynolds makes his way. The New Zealander. One of the older competitors. Panggabean is, what's Panggabean? 32. Jesse is 27.
Representing China, we have Hong Guangjia.
Now then, an S6 category for Hong Guang, and we'll keep a very close eye on Hong Guang. I've got a feeling he could be challenging for a medal.
This is he's an S6, so he's the lowest classification in this final.
His qualification time 1:19.72, so he'll be behind everybody else. But that classification, that S6, means that his points total could well be very competitive. Men's 100 backstroke, A final. Last day of competition in the Citi Para Swimming World Series. We're in Singapore, round 5 of 9. The athletes head off to Berlin and Limoges in France for the next 2 meets. But their focus and their attention very much now on getting a good time over the next 100 meters.
You can see some swimmers opting to choose the platform and some choosing not to. It just helps to keep their legs stable against the scoreboard, against the touchpad.
Aguara slow to settle in lane 1. Once we are up, it's a good start from AJ Alagabes, but he's gone very deep, and in lane 5, I think as we expected, Hui Ka Chun is there, and so is Mohamed Redzuan. Redzuan's got a bit of work to do, but Redzuan is just eating up the water. And Redzuan is in a very nice competitive place to be turning in or adjacent to the race leader, Hui Ka Chun. It looks to be a very, very quick finals time. They will turn inside 30 seconds at 29.8 for Redzuan, 29.75, so barely a touch between them. In terms of the race for the touch, this is going to be very close. Redzuan is having to work very hard. Ka Chun is just able to keep his fingernails in front of him. He's got maybe half a meter over Redzuan. Redzuan just needs to keep his form. Behind them in P3, you've got AJ Alagabes also in there as well. But it's going to be Ka Chun who touches first. Ka Chun picks up 952 points, as does Redzuan. We might have a tie. Over on the far side, there's a 962 for Kubota over on the far side. And Kubota is just going to be able to hold on and take the victory here for Japan. So Kubota 962 in lane number 2. just ahead of the 9:52 joint scores, joint silver medals for Mohamed Redzwan and Hui Ka-chun.
Incredibly fast finals right there. Kubota showing just his prowess in the pool.
An incredible kick. The Kubota engine.
He should use that.
I think so. I think there's a trademark to be gathered there. He's not in the shot here. He's up at the very top of the screen when we go to a wide shot. You can just see him. Oh, he's just not in picture there. He's just about to come into the picture. We're focusing on this really good battle between Redzwan and Ka-chun, who couldn't be separated in terms of points. 9:52, but they had to wait, and it was a wait in vain, because the victory goes to Kubota from Japan. Just 10 points, 107.27, which is inside his best time of 109.17. Great swim.
Just 5 seconds off the world record.
Our attention moves to the women's 50-meter freestyle B final. It's up at the other end of the pool.
You can just see Sophie getting ready to get into the pool. Sophie, our Team Singapore swimmer.
Yeah, Sophie Soong will be in lane 4. She missed one of the heats earlier on today. Did you get to the bottom of that?
Yes, so Sophie is recovering from injury. So she had felt a little bit of pain, and coach and her decided that it would be best to pull out of the butterfly to focus on this freestyle event.
Representing Indonesia, we have Citi.
And in lane number 3 from Hong Kong, China, make some noise for Dorothy Au.
Dorothy Au in lane number 2. There's a change in lane number 1. Angel May Otom was meant to take part, but she's been replaced by one of the reserves, Alina Tsenelnikova from Kazakhstan. Carmen Lim from Malaysia in lane 5, alongside Sophie Soong in lane 4.
Sophie, the fastest qualifier for this event. She went out at a 33.66.
Nishida and Vaginsva from Kazakhstan in lane 6s and 7. And Maori Yui from Japan, an S5 competitor.
Yeah, Yui Maori is ranked also 5th in her classification in this event.
That Japan flag saw plenty of airtime yesterday. He's washed it, and it's ready to be seen once again today.
All fresh and ironed.
50 meters freestyle B final. Now, some of the athletes start in the water. And we are underway. Starting in the water was Natalia. But Sophie Soong in lane number 4 has got off to a very steady start. She's an S12 category athlete, and she is leading the way. We'd expect her to lead the way, but Carmen Lim alongside her from Malaysia is rather enjoying being the centre of attention. Sophie Soong, 50 meters to go. She will touch first, but whether or not it's going to be good enough for a medal or a top 3 place, we'll still have to wait and see.
Carmen is aiming for qualification time for the World Champs.
And she could well get it. 756 points for Carmen Lim. Outside of her, Japan's Ann Nishida in 670 points, and a P3 for Hong Kong's Dorothy Au. Sophie touched first, sorry, but will only finish in P6 overall, accumulating 545 points. The victory goes to Carmen Lim, 756. No, it goes to
Carmen Lim, yes.
756 points, and Nishida 670, and Dorothy Au 609.
Carmen won the final, B final, but I think she's just a little bit disappointed not being able to make the minimum qualification time of 34.36 for this event, for the World Champs.
23 years of age, Carmen Lim in the purple swimming costume and the black swimming cap. Touches there. Good hug. Cross-Malaysian hug, cross-causeway hug. Carmen Lin takes it, 756 points, time of 34.66. Anne Nishida coming in 38.03 for 670 points. Dorothy out. Sophie Soong, a P6, 32.74. Should be okay with that?
I think she'll be pleased with that. You know, she's been trying to get better and better, especially after her injury. And I think she's well on her way to do that.
Right, potential world records. Sarah Vargas Blanco. 3 gold medals, 1 bronze medal. She is the world record holder. We're looking for a time of 32.75. The S6 athlete, if she gets 32.75, there will be a new world record in the S6 classification. So keep an eye out for lane number 1, Sarah Vargas Blanco.
Sarah Vargas isn't currently on the ranking boards, but she's definitely well placed right now with her seat timing.
And then lane number 2, representing Japan, we have Tomomi
Ishura from Japan. 35 years young, as is Odilova, the Uzbek, in the lane next to her. S11 swimmer Ishura. 31.84 was her time.
And in lane number 3 from Uzbekistan, make some noise for Muslima Odilova.
Muslima Odilova, a 29.97 swimmer, an S13 category swimmer, so you'd expect her to be leading from the front.
The Uzbek swimmers learning from their earlier mistakes.
Yes, they're on time now.
In lane number 4, representing Japan, we have Ayano Suzuki.
Lovely nature about Ayano Suzuki. Also a lovely stroke as well for the Japanese. 28.23.
Currently second place in her ranking, in her classification. She will look to attempt to get lower than 28 seconds.
Potential world record as well, also for Maria Zapata from Colombia. If she can post a 27.37, and she was, well, about a second and a half out this morning, but certainly a second's worth of improvement between morning and night.
She posted a second highest points, 931 in the morning.
Wang Xinyi has been a busy girl today. 20-year-old from China. Again, just being led to her starting area. Anon Fukuda, the third of the Japanese swimmers out there, an S9 category swimmer. A classification of 31.97, so maybe S9, but certainly no slouch in the water.
Definitely not.
And Tupo Naifi from New Zealand, 22 years of age. This is her second final already tonight.
Tupu was, we didn't get to see her until yesterday, but now we can't
see the end of her, can we? She'll be in lane 8. So the women to look out for in terms of potential records, lane 1 and lane 5, that's Sarah Vargas Blanco and Maria Zapata.
They will be chasing down their respective classification world records.
The woman likely to be leading, Zapata and Suzuki. 50-meter dash of the pool. Women's 50A final. It's a decent start in lane number 4, as we expected from Suzuki. Zapata is close, though, in contention, as is Odilova. This is good from Suzuki. She's able to withstand the pressure, but Maria Zapata is closing in. Now then, we look at the timings, and these are going to be quick timings. A P1 for the Colombian Zapata. And over on the far side, a P1 for Sarah Vargas Blanco. Colombia 1 and 2. And poor old Suzuki is forced into P3, 958 points. So we were hoping for world best times. Didn't quite get world best, but we have got a 4th shining gold medal for Sarah Vargas Blanco.
Not the world records we were expecting or hoping for, but definitely some really, really high points in fast swimming with the swimmers.
Tells you something about the expectation levels of Sarah, that we're disappointed that we have got a world record from her. Just the 4 golds and a bronze.
Don't tell her that.
But it was a good swim. She got off to a decent start. It was a good pace being set by Suzuki. I think Zapata needed to be a little bit closer, needed a better start. Suzuki was able to hold on right the way through to the end. She touched first in a 29.97 to accumulate 909 points. Zapata 940 points though, because of her S10 classification. And we're just waiting now for the final analysis. The VIP area is looking well worn at the moment, nice and busy. Confirmation.
Really happy to be seeing so many people here today, watching the races. It's our last day here at the OCBC Aquatic Center, and I'm really sad that it's the last day.
Sarah Vargas Blanco with her 4th gold. Zapata make it to Colombian 1-2. On to the men's 50 freestyle. Barely time to breathe. Eigo Tanaka from Japan, S5 categorization.
The 8th ranked swimmer in his classification. All the swimmers here posted above 600 points in their heats.
Part of the popular Philippines contingent, Gary Bajino in lane 2, S6 category. And Zaki Zulkarnain from Indonesia. He's in lane 3.
Also representing Indonesia, we have Maulana Rifki Yavanda.
Yavianda in lane number 4, an S12. Fastest man in the pool, 26 seconds flat in qualification. And Dimitri Holin not far behind the Uzbek, 26.76. Abdul Halim Muhammad from Malaysia.
The Malaysian swimmer posted the highest points in this B final, 826, and I'm sure he's looking to better that.
Yeah, he was a bit disappointed not to make it into the A final. Kede Hinata and Vo Tantung complete the 8 starters in this B final. Call to their positions. Yavianda and Holin, 4 and 5, expected to make the pace, but look out for the work of Tanaka and Hinata in lane 1 and 7. It's lane 3 and 4 actually that have got off to the best. Zaki Zulkarnain in lane 4. Yavianda. Abdul Halim's making a decent fist of things as well in lane number 6. He's just been overtaken by Dimitri Holin, who's put a very good burst in. But this first race is going to be taken by Yavianda. He's going to touch first for Yavianda. Accumulated 804 points. But a new race leader is Abdul Halim. And 905 may well be enough to take the victory for Muhammad Abdul Halim of Malaysia in lane number 6.
Went over just about a second under his morning time.
And he faded a little bit in the last 10 meters, Abdul Halim. Nonetheless, great performance. But even then, I suspect he'll just be saying, I should be in that A final.
Always something to work towards.
Here are the highlights. He got off to a good start in the yellow hat, did Abdul Halim.
You can barely even see the swimmers. So much splashes.
Touches in P4. Abdul Halim, 27.89 seconds, which accumulates 905 points. Looks back quizzically, but the victory, young fella, is yours. Bole bole. Zaki Zulkarnain in P2, 806. Maulana Rifki Yavianda just edged out of P2. Hinata, good performance from him, and Bajino in 4 and 5 respectively.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is event number 1.
On to the 50 final. Again, world record potential. And I know you've got your eye on this fella, Cameron Leslie.
Cameron Leslie has been doing amazing the whole World Para Series, and he is, I think, really close to potentially breaking the world record of 36.25.
He was 37.58 in qualification, but 36.25 is the target that we're looking for. He's over on the far side.
He's also ranked 3rd currently in his classification.
And in lane number 2, representing China, we have Hong
Huang Guang. Again, he's been a busy fella this morning. An S6 classification for Hong Guang. 31.06 in qualification. Lane number 2. And then from Singapore, there'll be a big cheer in just a few seconds' time.
Representing Singapore, make some noise for
What kind of a mood is he in?
I think Wei Song's always cool and collected, you know. He's ready to try and better his time, go under 28 seconds. He's ranked currently 2nd in his classification of S7.
And in lane number 4, representing Uzbekistan, we have Islam
Aslanov.
We have to keep our eyes on Aslanov for sure in this race. He posted a time of 23.59 in the heats, and that is really, really close to his world record of 23.20.
And his compatriot, Tursun Kujayev, he of the long, languid stroke. Uzbeks, both S13 swimmers, they will be expected to be 1 and 2 to touch, but will they be 1 and 2 in terms of gold and silver?
Not if this guy has anything to do with it.
And in lane number 6, representing Colombia, Nelson Corzo.
Nelson Corzo from Colombia.
Posted a really, really high point of 926 points this morning. He is currently, with his timing, ranked 3rd in his classification.
Mohamed Zulkafli in lane number 7. S5 classification for Zulkafli.
All the swimmers posting well above 800 points.
This was a high-class field, isn't it?
Definitely.
And Takayuki Suzuki, he comes through. He's already got a gold medal to his name. So it's already a successful trip to Singapore. Can he make it doubly successful?
Suzuki is 4th ranked in his class.
So we are hopeful, perhaps, of something close to a world record.
Fingers crossed for sure.
And we're also hopeful that Wei Soong can maybe get onto the leaderboard for Singapore. It's the men's 50-meter freestyle final. He did look rather focused. Long wait for the swimmers. Now they're called to attention.
The first whistle is to get ready. The second is to take your mark.
We are underway. It will be the 2 Uzbeks who will get us underway. And it's Aslanov who is leading through the first 50 meters. Aslanov posting a time inside 11 seconds for 50.
We are looking for a time of 23.20 for our new world record.
So Aslanov, it's going to be high. It's a 9.84 for P1, and now we have to wait. Let's have a look. Lane number 7, Zulkafli. P4 for him. Far side, look at this one, Cameron Leslie! 2nd place.
Just outside, but some still really high points from the swimmers.
37.89, just outside his qualification time, but a silver medal for Cameron Leslie, 952 points. But look at that, 984 points from Islam Aslanov. And that is a first gold medal of these games for Uzbekistan.
The swimmers were always chasing that 0.01 second.
Tursun Kujayev in P2. That's a very, very respectable 9.39. You score 9.30 and you only get bronze. You score 9.37 and you only get 4th place. That's the story for Takayuki Suzuki. As we look at the highlights, it's a fast swim, a good swim. 23.57. Cross 50 meters just inside 12 seconds. And there is the reward for Islam Aslanov, 985 points. Cameron Leslie from New Zealand, a valiant effort for P2 and silver, and Corzo in P3.
Just little bit of points separating the swimmers. Just how high is the standard here?
This is event number 127.
Very.
Women's 200-meter individual medley B finals.
Women's 200-meter individual medley. 4 lengths of the pool. Third swim of this evening for Wang Xinyi in quick succession. The second race of the evening for Mikuni Utsugi from Japan. 15-year-old Lao Chu-yi lines up in lane 3. Next to her is 21-year-old Suke. Second fastest in the pool from Chinese Taipei, Yi An. Sinelnikova, her second final in quick succession. Dorothy Au, the third Hong Kong athlete. And Ishura makes it 2 Japanese competitors. She's an SM11. There are 2 SM9 swimmers here. Dorothy Au in lane 7 and Mikuni Utsugi in lane 2.
The swimmers would have swam more than one event by this point, and it's day 3. They must be feeling the pain.
It's good pain though, isn't it? You used to love it. You used to love it.
I still love the pain.
Women's 200 individual medley. This is the Class B final. We will start off with Butterfly and a long time under the water in lane number 2 for Mikuni Utsugi. And she tried to utilize it as best she could, but she's just being overtaken at the moment by Cheong Siu Kei. And inside her, her 15-year-old compatriot, the teenager Chao Yi Lau from Hong Kong as well. And alongside her, Alina Sinelnikova and Tung Yi An. They're the 4 leading the way as they go into the first turn. The first turn at 35.09 by Cheong Siu Kei. Second for Tung from Chinese Taipei. And the teenager Chao Yi turns in 3rd place. We go into the backstroke. And again, it looks to be a lovely, long, controlled stroke, this one from Lao Chu-yi.
Those not in the 200 IIM, you start with a fly, you transit to a backstroke, and then a breaststroke, and you finish with a freestyle. So hopefully these swimmers, you aim to strategize to be able to finish really, really strong in the last lap.
Siu Kei has got a nice buffer of 2 or 3 meters, maybe a bit longer, as she turns into the breaststroke. 50 meters, turning in P2 will be Tung Yi An from Chinese Taipei. They were expected to be the quickest. Lane number 7, Dorothy Au is putting together a decent time, an SM9 category, and over in lane number 2, Mikuni Utsugi as well. Utsugi could well be a real contender for a victory here. SM9, have a look at her over in lane 2. Our focus, though, is on the race leader. The white cap bobbing up and down of Cheong Siu Kei.
Tung Yi-an looking really strong and catching up a little bit with her breaststroke.
Yeah, you often say that it's the breaststroke that can make the difference, but credit to Siu Kei, she has been able to hold on, and she will go into the final length of the freestyle. Underwater, a lead of 5 meters or so.
Both swimmers are SM14 swimmers, which means they are swimmers with an intellectual impairment.
Tung Yi An is chasing. An S14 swimmer, Lao Chu-yi, 15 years of age, is in P3 at the moment, but our camera attention is on Siu Kei. Definitely going to touch first, and then we look at the count back. The one I'm really interested in is Mikuni Utsugi in lane number 2. So then, the points accumulation. Crossing the line first for Hong Kong, 702 points, still in the lead. from Chinese Taipei. Have a look in lane number 2. Oh, she's just dropped off the pace a little bit, Tsugi. And I tell you what, holding on in lane number 4, I think it's going to be enough. Cheong Soo-Kei is going to lead from the front and take first place in this B final.
Just bettering her time a little bit from morning heats.
Really good execution.
I think everything went to plan for Cheong Soo-Kei.
We'll just have a look at the best of the action and get confirmation of the result. But Cheong, I always think that the B final winners must be kicking themselves, going, wow, if only I'd produced just a little bit more in the morning. Led comfortably after 2 lengths and was able to hold on to that 5-meter lead. In fact, she slightly increased it to about 7 meters by the close. And those 7 meters were able to secure the victory. 702 points for Cheong Soo-Kei.
For those who don't know, for the heats, you always have the qualifiers, but you also have reserve swimmers, and the reserve swimmers have to show up at the event, at the call room, ready to race, but not end up racing.
Had confirmation there of the result, and this is the start list for the A final. Japanese very much again obvious, but Zhui He from China, an SM8 classification for Zhu Hui, 2:58.38 qualification time.
Zhu Hui is currently ranked 4th with her timing in the heats.
I've not seen Gabriella without a smile, except in the water when she's breathing hard.
That would not be wise.
A lovely, affable nature, though, in lane number 2, SM10 category swimmer, 17 years of age, 2:43.70 qualification time.
And in lane number 3, representing Thailand, make some noise for Natarini Kajumata.
Natarini makes her way, barefooted. Elegant-looking swimmer, off and in the pool.
And then lane number 4, representing Hong Kong, China, we have Yip Pin Xiu.
The favourite for this women's 200 individual medley, and that's a confident strut.
Posted really high points of 934 this morning. We can expect she's going to go fast again in these finals.
Era Kinoshita, she's been busy tonight. Does fatigue kick in if you're involved in that many finals, or does the adrenaline really help you?
I think if you recover well enough, you know, follow what your coaches say, you should be fine.
Representing Hong Kong, China, we have Ho Ying Chung.
Chung Ho Ying from Hong Kong, 20 years of age. The 4 from Natarine, Wei Lam, Kinoshita and Ho Ying, all SM14 category swimmers. Fukuda, an SM9 classification. So the 2:50.74 timing can be misleading. And we'll need to keep a close eye, I think, on Fukuda to see if she's able to upset the form guide and get herself into the top 3.
But this will be the lowest classification swimmer of the finals, SM5. Yui Mori is currently ranked 4th in the world in her classification. So keep your eyes on her.
Teresa Goh, Paralympic swimming bronze medalist for Singapore in the analyst chair. With the stats, the facts, the figures, and generally the right predictions, it's got to be said, Teresa.
So far.
So far. Zhu, Smith, Natarine, Wei Lam, Kinoshita, Ho Ying, Fukuda, Maori Yui. It's a good start, lane number 2 from Gabriella Smith, but very quickly into her stroke in lane number 4 is Chan Wei Lam. And lane number 5, Era Kinoshita, also there as well, the easy to pick out orange swimsuit.
Looking really smooth, really balanced. I think they look really good in the water as they transition into the backstroke.
So that's stroke number 1. The first turn will be coming from Chanwi Lam. Kinoshita half a second down in P2, and another half a second down is Natarini in P3. No real change in the order, although just have a look here now, and I think we're seeing a bit of a move coming from Ira Kinoshita. She's moved very close to Chanwi Lam. Natarini not able to make any headway in lane number 3. And inside Natarini, you've got good work going on from Gabriella Smith.
In the 200 IM, you always try to be strong in all your strokes, but there will always be something that you specialize in, and that is your special trump card.
Kinoshita, is this her trump card? It looks like she's just edging away. She had an underwater turn. There was a touch turn from Hong Kong's Chanwi Lam, and she's taken half a body length, has Kinoshita. Remember, both of these are S14 athletes, SM14 athletes. Natarini is left in their wake down in P3, and this is a really, really good leg from Ira Kinoshita. This was her trump card.
Yes, I think you always want to use it to just get that itch and to come back as strong as you can on the last lap.
She's up out of the water very, very early though, Kinoshita. It is a feature of what she does, and now it's a thrilling race to the line. Kinoshita nearest the camera, there she is, holding onto her stroke, and there's no way I think that Chanwi Lam is going to be able to get close enough. Indeed, Kinoshita is moving away from Chanwi Lam.
Just powering through to the end.
And Ira Kinoshita, it's going to be a high point tally. She's going to accumulate 973 points, 960 for P2. That is high point scoring for 1 and 2. Into the 800s, P3 to touch is Natarini, 833.
Shaved just over 4 seconds off her heat's timing.
So the one swimmer who can theoretically still win this one is Yu Maori, but Yu Maori is yet to finish her 3rd lap.
Just coming into the end of her breaststroke as she moves to the last lap of her freestyle.
And those points will disappear pretty rapidly. Here she is though, into the freestyle. This is Mari Yu, 21-year-old from Japan, the SM5 classification swimmer, on her own. But as usual, this crowd, they seem to love it when the athletes who are in the pool.
The 200 IM is punishing enough. What more for someone who only uses the upper body, and I can attest to that.
3:45.70 is her own personal best. She's going to get close to that. 3:40 just gone past. 704 points. How many points is this going to be? She's going to finish in P8 in this final, but again, a valiant effort from Yu Maori. Well done. Making the final is an achievement in its own right.
A great job to all the swimmers.
But Japan take the gold through Ira Kinoshita. We'll have a look at the highlights. There she is in the orange swimsuit. She doesn't get off to the best start. In fact, alongside her, Chanwi Lam was leading through both the butterfly and the breaststroke changes.
A really good indication and reminder to keep to your plan. Because it may look like you're not in the first place yet.
Good togetherness at disqualification for Fukuda. That's why there was a slight delay. Kinoshita, 973 points. Chanwi Lam, a 960. Natarini holding on from Ho Ying for the bronze medal.
But 973 points is more than respectable of a point for the winner of this A final of the 200 IM.
Men's 200 individual medley final. Diaz Kenzebek over on the far side. There is a non-show, I think, in lane 2. Oh, no, there isn't. There he is.
And in lane number 3, representing Kazakhstan, makes up noise for Zumagali.
Expect Zumagali to go out quickly. Also expect Genki Saito to go out quickly.
Genki Saito getting screams from the crowd.
Muzabekov from Uzbekistan, fastest man in the pool. Sorry, no, he's not. 2:22.14 for Muzabekov. Lim Hyuk Xiu in lane 6. Adib Iqbal. Malaysians have been practicing on their acknowledgements to the crowd. And Akito Minai, a 2:30.83 competitor, SM10. This could be pretty quick, this B final.
Saito Genki posted the highest points in the morning heats at 7:36. He's also ranked 4th in the world for his classification.
Fly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. Here's the camera. Lane 8 is Akito Minai.
That was a really fast start.
It was a very fast start and very quickly into his stroke. Look at that there, 6 or 7 abreast already. And Akito Minai had made a decent start, but it's lane number 5, Muzabekov, who I think will just be touching first. And although it's not a guarantee of success, it's always good just to have that little lead. You've got that stroke or two, just be able to hold in reserve. He leads in 28.05. That's rapid. It's a full second clear of Lim Hyuk Xiu in P2. Now onto the backstroke. Who has the backstroke trump card? See what I mean by the languid stroke of Muzabekov? And it means that he's overtaken by Genki Saito and outside of him by Lim Hyuk Xiu. Hyuk Xiu it is, from Korea, who will be in the lead as they turn at the end of 100 meters of the 200 individual medley.
With all the swimmers quite close together, who is going to get that edge in the breaststroke?
Wow, Hyuk Xiu was very, very early into his stroke there. It looks like he missed the turn. And it's really cost him a lot of momentum. He went from P1 and he's now struggling to hold on to P6.
But Muzabekov is coming back to the lead with his breaststroke. Really, really strong, really, really powerful.
Genki Saito outside of him and inside of them. Zumagali has made his first move. Now Zumagali is looking really powerful. Zumagali, long strokes under the water. Zumagali will be the man who turns first. 1:45.28. There's barely a touch between Zumagali and Muzabekov. And this is a sprint for the line now. Zumagali looks to have the more controlled elements of it. He's just got the lead as they go through 25 meters. The lead is about 2 meters. Also making a late effort is Saito. But there is Zumagali. He made a move late on the third leg, and Zumagali, oh, is he tying up just a little bit? Zumagali, this is going to be close for the touch, but it's going to be Zumagali who touches home first in a time of 2:19.0. 2:19.58 is Muzabekov. Saito is third, all in the 700s.
A really close finish.
7:89 for Zumagali. Just enough to hold on.
It looked like it was going to be Genki Saito for a bit, and Muzabekov.
That was impossible to predict, and I did notice, Teresa, you didn't predict it.
I could not predict it. But Zumagali really made a last-minute attempt, and his breaststroke and his freestyle really did it for him.
So a B final victory for Ferdasbek Muzabekov from Uzbekistan. Zumagali in P3. He did get the win here, and he did get the win in points as well, but that's not necessarily what always happens. It all depends on the classification, but there were so many S10s, 13s and 14s in this race. It was always likely to be he who touched first would get the points victory as well.
Definitely. In an able-bodied race, you would know who the winner is straight off, but in a mixed disability competition like the World Para Series, as we are watching right now, it's not who touches first, but who gets the most points.
Except in that example, where it was the guy who touched first.
This was not a good example.
A final, though. And Nelson Corzo, one of the Colombian stars of this series event.
Nelson Crispin Corzo is the current world record holder for his classification in this event.
SM6 categorization. And Carlos Daniel Zarate in lane 8, his compatriot. We'll need to keep a close eye on them.
He posted about 6 seconds off his world record this morning.
Representing Hong Kong, China, we have Sun Lok Chung.
18-year-old Sun Lok Chung from Hong Kong, one of 3 Hong Kong athletes in this A final in the men's 200 individual medley.
Just one of the strong Hong Kong swimmers for the S14 classification.
Tan Gui Lok, another of those strong Hong Kong swimmers, but nearly a decade older. And has the look of, yep, I've been here before.
All the swimmers posting really, really high points again in this A final. Nearly 800 and above for all of them.
Representing Japan, we have Naoki Yamaguchi.
Now, Yamaguchi was particularly impressive in the heats this morning. Absolutely powered away, a 2:18.57, slowing down.
Yamaguchi also ranked second in his classification for this event.
And in lane number 5 from Hong Kong, China, makes up noise for Wong Hong Yin.
21-year-old Wong Hong Yin, the third of the Hong Kong athletes. And there's good support for them around our commentary area.
And then lane number 6, representing the Philippines, we have Ariel Joseph Alicarbes.
AJ's had a really good swim meet, hasn't he? He keeps turning up in these finals.
He looks really calm and just ready to get the show on the road. Really strong representation of the S14 swimmers in this event, making up 6 out of the 8 swimmers.
Another good introduction for Ethan Koo from Malaysia. 19 years of age, Ethan.
In lane number 8, representing Colombia, we have Carlos Daniel Zarate.
Let's look out for Zarate. He's an SM7 category swimmer. His time will be around about the 2:45, so he'll be 25 seconds slower than the rest of the swimmers lanes 2 through 7. But Corzo and Zarate could well accumulate enough points to be on the podium.
A reminder that it is not who touches first. Could very well be one of the lower classification swimmers.
The next 2.5 minutes plus will tell us. Butterfly first in the men's 200 individual medley. Very quickly into his stroke was lane number 6, AJ Alicarbes, but it's Yamaguchi who looks so powerful, and he's just eating up that water. He is leading the way once again, Yamaguchi, and he will be turning first. So Yamaguchi turns, and the time is a very, very rapid 26.93. He's half a second clear of AJ Alicarbes, and
Yamaguchi just getting that much stronger of a turn, and you can see he's just got about a body's length lead.
Nice control. What do you focus on when the eyes are up there? You're watching the shape of the ceiling or the lights, or just wondering, counting your strokes?
Just daydreaming.
Wrong answer.
We usually look, during backstroke, we want to focus on one point so we don't stray off from the center of the lane.
Well, Yamaguchi slowed down significantly at the end of that backstroke, but he's regained it on his turn and his breaststroke, which I think is his forte. Yamaguchi.
Really strong, definitely. I think his breaststroke is not one of his weaker strokes.
He's been able to race away from Tang Wai Lok on the inside of him. I can tell you that Zarate, Kristen Corzo has turned last 1:17.48, but Zarate in lane number 8 is keeping up. We will need to keep a very close eye on lane number 8. Our focus, though, firstly on Yamaguchi. He turns first, and as the lead is a good 8 meters. It's 4 seconds lead from Tang Wai Lok. P3 is Wong Hon Yin. P4, AJ Alagabes.
Tang Wai Lok trying to power through in an attempt to catch the leader.
So then Yamaguchi had a 2:18.57 in the heats this morning. Looks like he's going to be able to better that, although he is tying up just a little bit. And the time is a 2:13.22 for 953 points. That's very good, 926 outside of him. Now then, lane number 8, nearest to us. Carlos Daniel Zarate. Zarate coming through now, and Zarate will touch in P1. And now then we look over on the far side, Nelson Corzo. He's still got an opportunity. 9:82 to beat. He won't get P1, he won't get P2, but he will get P3. Colombia 1 and 3 once again. P2 for Yamaguchi, who had set the target. But tell you what, Zarate meets it once again for his 4th gold medal.
Zarate just 2 seconds off of his world record. What an amazing swim by the Colombian.
Big smile, of course. It's been a fabulous meet for Zarate and for Colombia. In the individual medals, the Colombians are head and shoulders above everybody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, our event today is organized by World Para.
Yamaguchi was the man in the middle who made all of the early running. It was a good start alongside him from AJ Alagabes from Philippines, but Yamaguchi, he slowed down at the end, and I think that could well have cost him. His last 5 meters of his backstroke cost him at least a second.
I would agree with you. I think the turns are so important. It's all about the quick turns, getting out of the wall as quickly as you can.
Zarate looks up, sees that his name once again is in that P1 position. Is his name number 1, Carlos Daniel Serrano Zarate?
He should change his name.
That's it, yeah, deed poll. But Zarate's 4th gold medal, 982 points, a 231.69.
The events today, this evening just flying by, and speaking about fly, we are moving on to the 100 meters butterfly finals.
I see what you did then. I see what you did. Don't laugh at your own jokes, that's the key.
I try so hard not to.
Sophie from Indonesia, an S8 classification swimmer, alongside Mutiara Cantik Harsanto. A 1:25.35 swim for Harsanto. Shuke 1:18.89. This is the B final. Getting into the zone is Lily Fox-Mason from New Zealand. 18 years of age. Saya Kimura, 15 years of age. Great experience for these teenagers to be making B finals.
All really young swimmers, all born after 2000s.
Chi Yi, 15 as well. Comparative veteran Man Chiang at 17.
Imagine being called a veteran at 17.
Women's 100 butterfly B final. 2 lengths of the pool. Sophie Harsanto, lanes 1 and 2. Jong, Mason, Kimura from Japan. Lau Chuyi from Hong Kong. And Manling Chiang. Good start from lane number 4. Lily Mae Mason, but also in lane number 2. That's pretty decent from Harsanto. Alzanto led through 15 meters, but has just been eaten up by Suike Cheong. And Cheong, an S14 swimmer, would be expected to do well, but she's under pressure from the inside from Lily Fox-Mason. This is Lily Fox's second World Series of the season, and Lily Fox is going to be leading into the first turn. Time of 34.57, a lead of just 0.7 of a second over Cheong Siew-kei. Now it's all about rhythm and self-belief.
Coming on the home stretch, will we see one of them edging the other out?
Well, Lily Fox is showing good form at the moment, but the last 15 meters can be brutal. But she's into the last 15, has been able to hold on to that lead, and Lily Fox-Mason from New Zealand will, I think, be touching first, because behind her, Suike Cheong has not been able to make any headway, neither Saya Kimura. And it's 640 points, but 688 points for Suike in P2. In lane number 3, Suike Cheong. And that 88 points, I think, is going to be good enough to take this B final. Coming in now in lane number 7 is Chang Manling from Chinese Taipei. And over on the far side, Amanda Nur Safitri from Indonesia. 36 points accumulated by Chang.
A good mix of different disabilities and classifications in this final.
Working that core very, very hard. And those last 5 meters can seem like 50.
The whole lap. I don't understand people who do 100 fly.
So a very good performance there from Cheong Siew-kei. Wins the points classification. Didn't touch first, touched second, but picked up enough points there to take the victory. We'll keep a look out for her. She was always in contention with Lily Fox-Mason. Mason would turn first and would be able to hold on after some really strong attempts from Suike Cheong to get level with her. But in the end, the timing is good enough for Siew-kei, a time of 1:15.87.
A 3-second improvement from the morning heats gave her this victory in the B final of the 100-meter butterfly.
I think she'd be liking to be above 700 points, but nonetheless, a 3-second improvement. Yeah,
3 seconds of improvement is good enough for now.
Women's 100 final, and we have got Singaporean interest. Danielle Mui in lane number 1. Qualification time of 1:16.51.
Lane number 1 representing Singapore. Make some noise for Danielle Mui.
Danielle is not a very new swimmer, but she's young and very hardworking. She looks very determined to do better than her heats.
Alongside her, she'll have Uzbekistan's Muslima Odilova.
And in lane number 2, representing Uzbekistan, we have Muslima Odilova.
A 1:13.32 in the heats earlier on this morning for the Uzbek. She's 25 years of age.
The only S13 swimmer in this final.
And in lane number 3, representing Colombia, make some noise for Maria Paula Barrera Zapata.
Maria Zapata. She steps into the challenge, the Colombian. There's a lot of Colombians gold and silver to celebrate. I'm sure Zapata would love to become the second Zapata on the leaderboards.
And in lane number 4, representing Hong Kong, China.
Now, you reckon there's a potential, possible chance of a world record here, yeah?
I think it's always a possibility. Chan Yu Lam, definitely a swimmer to look at. She's ranked first in her classification, posting a high point of 978 this morning. Her world record of 1:03.33. She posted a 1:05.79 this morning, just 2 seconds shy. We'll see if she can just get that 2 seconds off.
Indriani will be giving her company on lane number 5, and the second Hong Kong athlete, Cheung Ho Ying, in lane number 6.
She'll be accompanied by 4 other S14 swimmers in these finals.
And lane number 7 representing Thailand. Make some noise for Natarini Kajoma.
But I think none of them will come close to Chan Yu Lam, who posted the fastest time this morning.
Natarini is an S14 athlete and an S8 athlete. Zheng Nanjiang, a 1:18.32. Something of a veteran, 32 years of age.
Jiang Shenan also 3rd ranked in the world for her classification. A very fast 2 laps of butterfly for these swimmers. And we'll see if Chan Yu Lam is able to get that as close as she can to get to that world record.
Women's 100-meter butterfly A final. Daniel Moy over on the far side. It's a deep dive from Daniel Moy, and she will emerge early, but the stroke means that she's trailing probably in 5th or 6th place at the moment, as expected. It was Chan Yu Lam who got up first. She's got a little bit of company from Natarini in lane number 7, and also from Odilova in lane number 2, but Chan Yu Lam is going to be posting a pretty rapid first 50 meters, and she will turn in 31.31. She has been quicker. Maybe she's just left something for this second. She got a really good kick off the wall though.
Powering through, really flying through the water, through the pool here. Chasing that world record time of 1 minute 3 seconds, 0.33.
1:03.33. We're at 53 seconds with 15 meters to go. She's probably just going to be outside, but it's not going to be too far outside. It's going to be a very good time. She's going to accumulate 1,016 points.
That's our first 1,000 of the night.
Fabulous stuff. Difficult to beat that.
Just Asian record for Chan Yu Lam. She may have missed her world record, but Asian record's not bad.
We were hoping for a world record, an Asian record. Not bad at all, and yes, well done. We'll take the heart from you, and we'll take the
1,000 points.
Ungracious point.
Just 1 second off the world record. She will be definitely working hard to chase that down.
Brilliant work from Chan Yu Lam. First 1,000 points of the meet tonight. We have had 1,000 pointers yesterday. In fact, we had 2 in one race. But anything over 1,000 normally means a record of some description. And the cuppings on the back will be less painful now.
Just badges of honor.
And she actually wasn't really that rapid through the first 30, through the first 50. But she powered through the second 50 to pick up that Asian record of 1:04.04 for 1,016 points.
I think I've said time and time again, you know, it's not about going out the fastest, it is all about control.
Chan Yu Lam, Asian record, 1:04.04. Indriani, we hardly mention her. Well done to Indriani, a P2, and a silver medal for the Indonesian Ho Ying, a bronze medal for her. Natarini out of the medals again, but the 17-year-old has got so much potential. Singaporean interest in the B final here through Darren Chan in lane number 7.
We saw him win his his B finals yesterday. And we'll see if he can come close to a repeat of that tonight.
Sam Chui in lane 1 along for Hong Kong, alongside Shi Min Swan from Chinese Taipei.
And lane number 2 representing Korea. Make some noise for
Kim Soo-hyung in lane 3, a 1:03.55 time.
We see Saito Genki again. He's ranked 6th in his classification in the world.
This is his 4th swim tonight, isn't it, for Genki?
Can't imagine he's not tired.
Akito Meinai, Jendi Pangabian from Indonesia in lane 6. And then Darren Chan in 7.
Representing Singapore, make some noise for Darren Chan.
That's a race face.
I think Darren has one of the best race faces.
Representing Malaysia, we have Brian Lau.
And Brian Lau, the teenager from across the causeway. Been a good meet for him, but no podiums. Now we'd love to try to rectify that. But the guys to really look out for, I think, are in lanes 3, 4 and 5 as usual. Saito, a 1:01.72 swimmer. And there is Genki Saito in our sights in the red and black trunks. Darren Chan, lane 7. That's a very good start from Darren Chan. And he's going to be in competition. In fact, he had a lead very, very briefly. Brian Lau alongside him was also there, but now powering through is Genki Saito. And Saito alongside lane number 2, Min Swan, also there. But this is a very, very good first leg from Darren Chan of Singapore. He won't be turning in the lead, but he'll be turning very adjacent to the leader. The first man is Saito in P1. Darren Chan, third, 28.93. Right, is he able to maintain that form? Saito under real pressure. But Darren Chan is putting in the race of a lifetime here. Is he able to hold on? Now is where fatigue kicks in. It's Saito who is leading, though. He's got Kim inside of him. He's got Minai outside of him. Darren Chan just tying up and tiring at the moment. It's a fabulous finish, and it's going to be Saito who gets there. But first place over on the far side for Kim, 776 points.
Darren Chan just outside of the podium with the 738.
What a fabulous swim, though, by Darren Chan, but an excellent victory on points. 776 points for Kim Soo-hyung. He touched in P3, but the points mean that he takes the victory in this B final.
An amazing, amazing swim by Darren. Way above his points from the morning heats.
It was mainly just the last 15 meters. He just tied up a little bit, maybe lost 2 meters.
Something for his coach to work on and for Darren to work on is the finish of his racing.
But nonetheless, plenty of encouragement for him. But the honours of this B final going to Kim Soo-hyung in lane 3, 1:02.31. He wasn't the fastest. That was Genki Saito, a 1:01.63. But that for Genki is only worth 697 points, and touching first means P6 in the points count back.
The top 5 swimmers all really close to each other in points. Less than 40 points separating all of them.
A thrilling race. Darren Chan gets off to a great start, 2 up from the bottom of the screen.
I think he had a really, really good turn. Came out just a little bit later than Brian Lau.
In lane 3, in the white swimming cap, though, it's Kim who touches in time and knows that the victory is his. Kim Soo-hyung, 776 points, just 5 ahead of Brian Lau. Great swim from Brian Lau, and Darren went with Brian stroke for stroke until the last 15.
When he just could not hold on.
Darren, 738 points, and a very respectable 1:03.19. We'll just have a little bit of crowd entertainment from the hard-working MCs.
The Macarena playing over the OCBC Aquatic Center speakers, trying to get the crowd to dance along.
There's reluctance. There is reluctance.
Yes, look at the camera. Right, we see you.
Singaporean crowds are always just a little bit shy.
I can tell you, Teresa Go is bursting to get involved. They are the MCs.
Don't believe this.
I really want to come to the dance here.
I'm just glad the cameras haven't turned this way. keep it that way.
They can't. We're on the same side as the cameras. We're safe, don't worry. For the hard-working supporters club, the regulars, for all the swimming events, there's always a core of fans who just make sure there's some noise, especially for the Singaporean swimmers. And on this Labour Day,
nothing like some unconditional support from our Team Nila volunteers.
And
got the flag the wrong way. Turn it around.
For those who are using this feed illegally, and it's turned around the right way.
Then that's fine.
Hope you're enjoying the atmosphere wherever you are around the globe. It is a celebration of sport. It's a celebration of para-swimming. And the fact that we've got 9 events in the Para-Swimming World Series is a testament to how the sport has grown since it's started. It started back in the Rome Olympics in 1960. And it's grown exponentially since then, and is now very much a seriously regarded part of international sport. And Teresa Go, you are one of the people in this part of the world who made it a serious sport and made the authorities sit up and take notice.
Thank you for saying that. I think it's definitely grown a lot since I started in 1999. A lot of swimmers here were not even born then. But it's come a long way, and I think we've been growing thanks to a lot of people behind the scenes, you know. It's not just me, it's my coaches, it's the team behind me, and everyone supporting us from back home.
And there's money as well. The sponsors are very, very much appreciated for para. You go onto the website and they'll all get a virtual mention, and you'll get the results and the explanations of how the points are worked out. It is one of the complications, one of the more difficult things to explain in the para games, but the classification of disability that you have, it obviously impacts your ability to swim. So the point system and the algorithm tries to make it as fair as possible so that those with the more severe disabilities still have a chance to be getting onto the podium, as
Definitely.
is your case, Teresa.
Yes, definitely. I think because there are so many different types of disabilities, we all have to go through classification tests. And after that testing is done, we get a classification number. And mine was an S5, which means I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. And all this classification allows a more fair field of play. Allows us to swim against people who are as close as possible to us in terms of ability levels. It's a S1 to S10 are all the physical disabilities. S11, 12, 13 are the visual impairments. S14s are the intellectual impairments, and that makes up our classification numbers.
It is complicated, but it is also very logical how it's worked. It just takes a visit to one of these swimming events or a look on the YouTube events of all the events that have gone on this season, and you'll be able to see it. And it's also some excellent athletic ability out there as well. Right then, men's 100-meter butterfly final after the nonsense of the Macarena.
We're on the final individual event of the World Para Series, the 100-meter butterfly final, A final for men, class S8 to S14.
Matsuno, a confident look there, one of 4 Japanese athletes in this A final. Posted a time of 1:02.78. Nice, determined stride to his starting block in lane number 1.
And then lane number 2 from Hong Kong, China, we have Soong
Lok Jung, the 18-year-old, one of 2 Hong Kong athletes. He's had a good swim meet, and again, looks quietly confident that he might be able to produce a surprise or two.
A really, really strong S14 field this final. Murakami is currently ranked 8th in his world ranking in his classification.
Some of these guys think far too much about their entrance into the pool, I tell you. A little bit of zen and then a point to the sky from Murakami. Oh, very impressive.
Almost reminds me of a WWE entrance.
Yes, it is, isn't it? They'll be getting their own individual music next.
I wish I had a better entrance when I was swimming.
Anku Matsuda.
Anku Matsuda is ranked 6th in the world for his classification.
58.85. This fella, Mohammed Redzwan's had a really, really good swim meet.
Redzwan will definitely be looking to going below the 1 minute barrier for this swim.
That'd be a real achievement for Mohammed Redzwan.
And in lane 6, representing Philippines, we have Ariel Joseph Aligarbes.
AJ Aligarbes. Again, he spent plenty of time in the water.
An entrance for every event.
Then that putter down look. Wong Kong Win from Hong Kong, China will be next. Another very close to the 1 minute mark.
That makes up the last of the S14 swimmers, and leaving the last swimmer, who's an S11 swimmer, Tomita Uchu.
Now, as an S11 swimmer, he's already won 1 gold medal as Tomita in this World Series event in Singapore.
Tomita is also ranked 2nd in his ranking in the world for his classification.
So from top to bottom, Hazuno, Japan, Seonlok, Hong Kong, Murakami and Matsuda, Japan in 3 and 4, Mohammed Redzwan from Malaysia in 5, AJ Aligarbes from Philippines in 6, Wong Kong Win from Hong Kong in 7, Uchu Tomita in lane 8. The green trunks belong to Matsuda, who is the fastest in qualification. Utsuda, quick off the blocks. Very early into his stroke was Hasuno on the far side. Matsuda, though, is only in P2 here because this is a great start from AJ Aligarbes. And Aligarbes, we saw in the individual medley just a few minutes ago, looks like he's going to be very, very close. He's just lost a little bit of ground to Matsuda towards the tail of there, and turning first will be Matsuda, 27.31. Aligarbes in P2. Now the work off the wall is very good for Matsuda, and Matsuda has used that wall absolutely wonderfully to take the lead, Teresa.
Absolutely, you see how important and how powerful that turn was. It gave him just about half a body lead above everybody else.
So Matsuda comes in, he will cross the line first. He's got Murakami right behind him. Matsuda there, Murakami ties up Matsuda, 939 points. Is it going to be enough? 939 at the moment is going to be enough. Look at that, Anku Matsuda. His turn at the end of 50 was so crucial in him picking up the victory, touching first a 57.97.
Really separating him from the rest of the field.
939 points.
Now, our next event coming up is event number 131, which is
the only 900 plus scorer. And that is another successful day for Japan.
Just showing why he deserves that win. We've come to the end of all the individual events, but up next is the 4x50 meter.
Let's enjoy this first, though. Let's not rush it, Teresa.
I like to jump the gun.
You certainly do, but I tell you what, Matsuda had a lot of work to do, but this was the moment. He got the kick off the wall, and it made him a good 2 meters. And despite the best efforts of Murakami, who came in 1 minute and 14 seconds in P2 for 862 points, Matsuda takes it. Japan 1-2, Hong Kong 3. Good effort for Mohammed Redzwan in lane 4, just 4 points shy of a medal. Tomita 5th, AJ Aligarbes, who had a very strong opening 50 in P6.
Definitely, that was key to his victory for sure. That strong kick off the wall, that longer staying of underwater to make sure that he has as little resistance as possible before finally getting out of the water and powering through to the end.
Now we can talk about the medleys.
We have the 4x50 meter medley relay final coming up, and this is the 20-point medley relay. And what that means is that the 4 swimmers that are swimming all have individual classification numbers, and they all add up to make up 20 points or less.
Only one team involved in this. You've got Tanaka, who's an S5 athlete. Takayuki Suzuki, an SB3 athlete, will do the breaststroke. And Nishida, an S7 athlete. And Mayuri, an S5 athlete, which gives us, if my maths is right, 20 points.
And that is correct.
Thank you, miss.
So they will start off with the backstroke, moving on to the breaststroke, followed by the fly, and ending with a freestyle swimmer. And in this case, that will be Maori Yui.
Two athletes at either end of the 50-meter pool. It's a 4x50 meter relay.
Each athlete will take 1 lap of each stroke.
Aigo Tanaka will be the man who gets us underway. They don't have an entry time, so I think we're just really looking at setting entry times and setting standards for future World Series events.
Definitely. I think the medley mixed relays are relatively new.
This is Eigo Tanaka. Long time under the water. That's a 12-meter.
And he is an S5 swimmer, which in his case he has no arms, and so he uses the rest of his body to swim. Definitely relying a lot on his body undulation and his legs to kick through the water.
The sheer core strength, the number of sit-ups this fella must do day in, day out.
Definitely don't challenge him.
So this is Eigo Tanaka. Coming in next, Takayuki Suzuki, the breaststroke swimmer, an SB3 competitor. Short strokes.
Takayuki Suzuki is one of the veterans of the Japanese swim team. I've had the pleasure of being on many competitions with him, not competing against him. And he's an SB3 swimmer, and you can see that he uses a lot of shorter strokes, which he has to compensate for the inability to pull long, full strokes.
Well, he's got 15 meters to go. He's just through 35 meters. The clock is showing 1:20. Can he get it inside 1:30? That would be a real target for him. It's going to be very close. And the split time is just outside 1:30, or 1:31.37. In comes Ann Nishida. So this is breaststroke for Ann.
Butterfly.
Sorry, butterfly for Ann.
She will be doing the butterfly and changing over to the last swimmer, Maori Yui, who will be the anchor swimmer for Japanese team, doing freestyle.
Into the final 10 meters. 1:32 at the split, so that's a 1 minute and 6 second leg. And then coming in to anchor the leg is Yumari.
A fellow S5 swimmer. She will have to utilize a lot of her upper body, as she is right now. Shorter strokes, but still keeping it as efficient as possible. Keeping a body position high on the water surface to create less drag.
Six strokes before a breath. And she's going to come through, and the time is going to be inside 3 minutes. That's more than respectable. A 2:53.86 for Japan in the mixed 4x50 medley relay.
So all the medley or mixed relays, you want to utilize as much as the points allocated as possible. Yesterday we got to see some relay pointers that were not maxed out. So there was definitely an opportunity for some of the teams to have stronger swimmers maybe, and then lowering their timings.
So once again, let's just go through some of the highlights. Eigo Tanaka got us underway. Hand over to Takayuki Suzuki for the breaststroke. That handed over to Ann Nishida, whose butterfly was a 106, one of the highlights. And she handed over to Yui, who kept the final time inside 3 minutes for the 200-meter, as in 4x50 medley relay.
All swimmers making sure that their previous swimmate touches the wall before they jump off.
Yes, don't get disqualified in a one-team final.
Definitely, try not to.
There is the result. It is an exhibition.
Up next is the last event of this World Series in Singapore. We have the mixed 4x100 meters freestyle relay final, 49 points. And we have Team Japan again.
And the 49 points that they have got, they've not used all 49 of them. They've used 48. Tomita, an S11 swimmer. Genki Saito, an S13. Suzuki, an S13. And Ishiura, an S11.
The 49 points are made up of visually impaired swimmers, as you can see from the classifications. S11 and S13 swimmers. S11 swimmers are the ones who require tappers. You can see the tapper on the right using this incredible equipment, a stick. He will use that to tap any body part of the swimmer to let them know that they are nearing the wall.
That's been a running joke between Teresa and myself. I was convinced it was some kind of highly sophisticated machinery that enabled the swimmers to get some audio device on when they should make their turn, and she said, no, it's a tennis ball on the end of a stick. And they bopped them on their head.
Who's to say it's not sophisticated?
Right then, we do have a target time here. This team have posted a previous time, 4:08.66. So for the last event of this really well-organized Citi Para Swimming World Series event in Singapore, it's the mixed 4x100 freestyle relay. To get us underway, Ucho Tomita will take the first leg. No pressure other than from that expectation of his teammates. 2 lengths of the pool for each of the athletes. We'll go off with freestyle first for Tomita.
Really strong kicks, powering through that pool like it's nothing.
He's through 35 in 19 seconds. Split time, he'll certainly want to be inside the 1 minute as he will turn inside 30 seconds, so 29.58. Still got some work to do, I think, Tomita, to try to beat the 1 second barrier. Bit of a slap from the right arm as he comes in.
Already done with multiple events in this World Series. He's finishing up his Singapore World Series campaign with a 4x100 freestyle relay.
And there is the bopper.
I'm not sure they would like that term.
Second man out, Genki Saito. A 1:01.72 for Tomita. So they're on target to beat their 4:08.66. And that's a really good leg from Saito. He's going to be inside 30 seconds, 1:30.02. That's a 29-second, 28.30 second for that first 50 from Saito.
Really, really fast swims from these 2 Japanese swimmers. And in case you haven't noticed, the mixed relay is because of the mixed genders. There are 2 female swimmers and 2 male swimmers in the mixed relay.
Ayano Suzuki is the woman who will take over from Saito, and Saito will touch just over 2 minutes, 2 minutes .012 for Japan. Suzuki. She got a silver in the 100 freestyle behind Sarah Vargas Blanco.
Keeping her strokes really long and strong. You can see that her legs are powering her swim. Moving into that turn really nicely.
Turn at 2:29.93. Lovely long strokes. She looks very comfortable in the water, does Suzuki.
Definitely trying to give the last swimmer an advantage as she comes to the end of her leg.
4:08.66 is the target. The split time as they come through, it's a slightly slower second 50. 1, 2, 3 meters to go. It's a 3:02.55 as she hands over to Tomomi Ishiura. Ishiura through 35 meters. 4:08 is the target entry time, target time to beat.
Ishiura is the second S11 swimmer in this team.
35 years of age, Ishiura, and she will turn. Ooh, this is going to make the 4:08 interesting. She gets the turn now. 3:37. Ooh, this is going to be outside the 4:08, I feel.
It looks to be that way, but she will not give up until she touches that wall.
Cheering us home for the final 25 meters of the Para Swimming World Series event in Singapore, brought to you by Citi. Japan, a clean sweep in all 6 of the mixed relay events, many of them exhibition, but also showcasing their talent. And the time as Ishiura touches will be 4:17.8.
Perhaps not quite the timing they were hoping for, but that just about wraps up our events for the World Para Series Singapore.
There are prize-giving ceremony to come after a little bit of entertainment, and we'll have a few of the highlights for you of the events that have gone on today. And this morning there were 8 finals that we brought your way, 18 races, 8 A finals, 2 relays, 8 B finals. As the Japanese enjoy their moment in the spotlight.
A nice bow and a smile. And that is just the judges checking on the blackout goggles of the S11 swimmers.
Just checking.
The technical officials will now proceed to march off.
As we have a look at the highlights of the 1, 2, 3, 4.
We will just take a moment. Let us allow Team Japan to move forward.
These are the highlights of the 1, 2, 3, 4. It started with Tomita, then Genki Saito. Leg 3 was Suzuki, and they were on for beating 4 minutes 10 or 4 minutes 8. Tomomi Ishiura, though, had a difficult 4th leg at 2:18 when she touched, a 1:18 for a final 4:17.80. Confirmation, the mixed 4x100 freestyle relay for 49 points accumulated from the team classification. Japan, the only competitors picking up the victory. And so, the action has come to an end. Let's have a look back, though, at some of the highlights of day 3 of the Citi Para Swimming World Series from Singapore.
And ladies and gentlemen, the medal presentation ceremony will begin shortly. But before that, bring your attention to Tenaz. He's right there with you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here I am. Yes, for those of you wondering who was that annoying cowboys or what, yes, my name is Tenaz. I'm one of your MCs here now. There's a reason why I'm in the stand.
Crowd still enjoying themselves. And They can also see themselves up on the big screens here at this beautifully appointed aquatic centre, the OCB Centre, part of the Kallang Sports Complex.
The rules are very simple. If myself or Zoe will ask a question, if you want to answer the question, the most important thing you need to do is put up your hands and say, me.
Just the MCs trying to do some crowd work, giving prizes of limited edition World Para Series bear to a lucky member of the audience.
Now, we'll try our best to make sure nobody gets the answers wrong. And of course, Zoe and I have a tendency to look for the younger ones to answer the questions as well, right? So, Zoe, go for it. First question to you.
The first question, I'm right here. The first question.
Okay, we've got these highlights of day 3 ready for our enjoyment.
And beverage partner.
All smiles on day 3, go all out was the message. And indeed, we had that opportunity. In the heats in the morning, we were looking forward to 8 events that would be culminating in the evening with finals. There will be disappointment for some, there will be celebrations for others, and there will be consummate effort, which has been the standout feature of these 3 days. Teresa Go, it's not only about the winners, we'll come on to the winners in just a moment, it's about the competition, it's about the camaraderie, and it's about improving day on day, session on session.
Definitely. I think winning is just part of it. Everything else, the experience, the people that you meet on your journey is, I think, even more important.
However, it is all about the winners, and we've got a certain winner in Yip Pin Xiu in Singapore, who was able to get 1 gold medal and 1 world record on this meet, but could only eke out a silver medal today. And then AJ Alagarbes, I think, started off a trend of introducing yourselves to the cameras as the A finals were introduced. Names new and old. We had competitors as old as 56, as young as 13. All competing. We had new Singaporean stars like Soong. The next generation coming through, Teresa. It's good to see.
Definitely. I think one of my worries retiring was not being able to see younger swimmers up and coming. But it's really, really nice and heartening to be able to see so many young swimmers come through and doing their best for the country.
From both sides of the causeway, Malaysia also taking their para swimming very seriously, but it's Colombia who were the star names. They picked up 7 gold medals overall. They also established a couple of records on the way. That got the crowd going. The zen was there for some. The celebration was there for others. The posing was there for many. Go all out was the message from the start of the day, and that's exactly what happened. So we say our farewells from Uncle Arthur and co. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the really, really enjoyable Para Swimming World Series. Japan topped the medals table alongside Colombia, and the series moves on next to Berlin in Germany before Limoges, and then there's the World Championships in Manchester before the final round of the series in Greece at the end of the year. We'll be back with you in May of next year, Para Swimming World Series Singapore. We're going to say a brief farewell from Teresa and myself. Medal ceremony coming up in just a very short time. We'll be back on your screens at that time.
On the keyboard, Brian on the guitar, and Raymond on the cajon. Now they're going to be performing 3 songs for us. Love is an open door, If I Ain't Got You, and Rewrite the Stars. So those of you with your significant other, cuddle up, all right? And ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together for NTU Hall 5 Band!
Keyboard, we have Gian. got you. So this song actually goes out to all the supporters of the athletes today, because with your support, the athletes were able to push themselves further. Take it away, guys. Thank you, everyone. So we're down to our very last song, and we would like to dedicate this song to everyone. Our last song is Rewrite the Stars, and just like this song, we believe that we create our own destinies. Doesn't matter what others say, as long as you believe in yourself.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will commence the victory ceremony shortly. In the meantime, we'll just give a couple of minutes to our band.
Alright, now what I'd like to request today, all those of you seated on the left-hand side, join us right over here. Alright, let's get everyone together for the victory ceremony. Okay, join us right over here. The victory ceremony will be where the band is standing. So we get everyone to just slowly make your way over here, and we're going to get the victory ceremony on the road in just a few short moments.
Thank you for joining us all the way here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful 3 days. Thank you for joining us for the Citi Swimming World Series Singapore 2023. It's been such an honor, and I believe that our athletes and our swimmers have felt the love and support from all of you here. So a big thank you.
Very warm welcome back to the OCBC Aquatic Centre. We are just about to conclude the activities of the Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore, and introducing the guests of honour.
We are very happy to have our guest of honour join us. Let us put our hands together to invite Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Tan Chuan Jin.
Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Tan Chuan Jin,
will be presenting the medals to our winners.
will be giving the medals to all our winners.
And now we also like to invite Mr. Desmond Chin from Gomez Private Limited, our F&B sponsor, who will be presenting a token to all our winners today.
And the food sponsor, Gourmets, Mr. Desmond Chin will be giving.
And now our very first event, ladies and gentlemen, is for event number 123, the women's...
Moving on to the
backstroke
winners, and this was the first of the finals earlier on today. The women's 100-metre backstroke. And this will prove to be, once again, an opportunity for Sarah Vargas Blanco to prove that she is a woman really to be feared in the para swimming. Wasn't gold this time, though, for Sarah.
Just trying to give everybody a chance, but definitely nothing to sneeze about. 872 points for Sarah Vargas.
Ira Kinoshita from Japan picking up the silver medal. Time of 1:11.70 for 874 points. Wang Xinyi from China, the gold medalist, looks very nervous as she accepts the presentation, accepts the award. But that's a young lady I think we'll be seeing plenty more of, just 20 years of age. And a gold medal for Hong Kong. But Sarah Vargas Blanco, one of the stars of this World Series in Singapore.
Our winners taking pictures with the guests of honours.
Guests of honour joining in. There's one for the family collection. Yeah, she's got it right the way round this time.
Someone must have told her.
Singapore flag rising high.
Ladies and gentlemen, is for event number 124. This is the men's 100-meter backstroke.
Men's 100 backstroke. Athletes coming in. I can tell you there was a fabulous performance from Muhammad Redzuan from Malaysia.
Now in this competition, ladies and gentlemen, we have two places. We have two athletes sharing the silver position.
As you can hear, two silver medalists. They were tied. It was a really good race themselves. But joint silver medal for Hui Kao Chun, a 20-year-old, and also for Muhammad Redzuan, who I think deserved that for his work over the last 3 days. He was very impressive.
Coming to touch at almost the same time, practically the same time.
And Kuta Kubota. Yeah, he takes the gold. The man with the unique kicking style. And we've already put the trademark in for that engine name, haven't we?
We just haven't told him yet. Kubota, the S8, one of the lower classifications for this event.
962 and 952 points respectively. 952 points is a very, very healthy score. Anything in the 900s is respectable. More than respectable.
Our next event is event number 125, the women's 50-meter freestyle.
Women's 50 freestyle. And once again, there is Colombian representation. Double Colombian representation for Sarah. Sarah has got to be told that she's got a medal that she's got to. She's up at the other end of the presentation area. She doesn't realise, does she? And nobody's telling her.
Sarah Vargas at the other end signing autographs.
Ayano Suzuki.
Because she just took a medal, yes. Sarah!
She's happy signing autographs over there, and now eventually she's told that she's got another medal celebration.
Just the life of a superstar.
Suzuki coming home in bronze medal. Good reward for a very fine week's work in the women's 50 freestyle. 909 points. Maria Zapata. She's causing all kinds of chaos, is Sarah Vargas Blanco. She nearly received the silver medal then.
Very, very successful World Paris Series outing for Sarah Blanco.
4 gold medals and a bronze to celebrate for the Colombian.
The women's 50-meter freestyle.
And another smile, 958 points for Sarah Vargas Blanco.
One with the guest of honor.
Moving on to the men's 50 freestyle.
Event number 126, the men's 50-meter freestyle.
And we were looking out for potentially a record from Cameron Leslie. It didn't quite work out that way. But Cameron will receive a medal.
Cameron Leslie, very successful swimmer. Just doing as well as expected in this World Paris Series.
A 4th bronze medal of the occasion for Corzo, Nelson Corzo. Silver medal, reward for a good effort in the pool. Azanov from Uzbekistan, really, really fast. And good to see that he made it out into the pool for this particular final.
Didn't have his quite the world record swim that he wanted.
Azanov, 984 points in a 23.57. That is very, very rapid for the men's 50 freestyle. You're watching the medal ceremony for the Para Swimming World Series Singapore. Day 3 of the finals, the final day.
Our next event, ladies and gentlemen, is event number 127, the women's 200-meter individual medley.
Women's 200 individual medley. And this was really impressive. Chamwi Lam and Eira Kinoshita were poised to go neck and neck. 7-year-old Natarini 833 points for a time of 2:38.10 for Natarini. Chanwi Lam would get a gold later on, but silver here. 973 points to Teresa Go. That is a fabulous effort.
Very, very fast swims by the S14 swimmers on the podium today.
There's our nicely ironed Japanese flag up in the crowd. Women's 200 individual medley, Kinoshita, Chanwi Lam. We'll see more of Chanwi Lam, I'm sure, and Natarine. All three young, good generation emerging in the Asia legs of the Para-Swimming World Series.
200-meter individual medley.
Men's 200-meter individual medley. And again, Colombian success here. And if we have a star in the women's, in Sarah, we have a real star in the men with Carlos Zarate. Nelson Corzo picking up bronze. Lost it on one turn, Yamaguchi, didn't he? That's what cost him.
Just how important the turns are, you can see in many of the swims these couple of evenings.
Carlos Zarate from Colombia. Another big smile from him. 940 points accumulated in the men's individual medley.
200-meter individual medley.
Zarate, Yamaguchi and Corzo. Colombia, Japan, Colombia. On to the women's 100-meter butterfly final. And this a real moment for Indonesia, the one medal that they were able to win in the championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, bringing home the bronze medal from Hong Kong, China, Ho Ying Chung.
From Hong Kong, though, we had Ho Ying Chung picking up bronze. Good to see new countries coming onto the scale as well, isn't it?
Indonesia managing to get that silver medal.
That's the one Asia Games record that we had for Chanwi Lam. And at 20 years of age, we are going to be seeing an awful lot more of that young lady.
And the only 1,000 over points for our evening tonight.
Final individual event of the night still to come. The presentation for the men's 100 butterfly final. But Chanwi Lam can enjoy just a few extra seconds in the spotlight. And going all out has been the consistent message. And for the men's 100 meter, a 9:39 winning total. And more reason to raise that flag of Japan.
And ladies and gentlemen, bringing home the bronze medal from Hong Kong, China,
Han Ying Wong, 22-year-old from Hong Kong in bronze. Murakami with the silver medal. Just outside 1 minute for his 100 fly. But look at that time, 57.97 for Matsuda, Teresa Go.
Just Hong Kong and Japan just collecting medals all over the place.
Once again presenting to you the winners for event number 1.
Matsuda, Japan. Murakami, Japan. Wong Hon-yin for Hong Kong.
Once again, a big congratulations to all our athletes. You have done exceptionally well. And for our Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore 2023, we have broken 2 world records and 1 Asian record.
She's got the flags in the ears now as well.
When you come back to her, it's going to be flags, more flags.
Our thanks to the guests of honour and the organisers and the officials behind this very, very good event.
To our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will...
Okay, it's our final words actually. Firstly, a big thank you to Teresa Go for guiding this novice through the para-swimming, the complexities of it and also the joys of it. Hope you've enjoyed it, seeing how Singapore have improved, what records we've been able to get, and seeing a really well put together event in Singapore.
Really, really couldn't have done it without you, Des. Thank you so much.
Okay, we hope you've enjoyed it wherever you're watching from around the globe. The Para Series moves on to Germany, Berlin on Friday, Thursday, the 11th of May. Then they move on to Limoges. Then there's the Para World Championships in Manchester. And then the season moves to Mexico, Tijuana, and Athens in Greece in November. And that will be the season for the Para Swimming World Series. From Teresa Go, myself, Des Corkill, and all the many cameramen and producers and sound operators behind the scenes who have brought you the entertainment over the last 3 days. Our thanks for watching. It's been our honour and privilege to bring you some sensational sport. We say goodbye from the OCBC Aquatic Centre.
Till next time.